30 miles north of the Arctic Circle lies the United States' northernmost community of Utqiagvik. I'm here because this remote outpost is at the leading edge of an important climate change conversation: how rising temperatures will reshape life in the Arctic. In the past, temperatures well below freezing were the norm into the month of March, but that is changing fast. 2019 was the first year on record that the average temperature in March was above zero. And then, after we visited, the city set a record June temperature of 73 degrees. The higher temperatures have a big impact on life here, but the impact of the heat is nowhere more visible than out on the sea ice. We wanted to get a better view of the situation and learn more about the dangers this community is facing. So we decided to meet the people responsible for keeping Utqiagvik safe as their world continues to melt. So Richard, what is this facility? Where are we?
This is the North Slope Borough Search and Rescue Facility in Utqiagvik, or Barrow, Alaska.
Mm-hmm. And Arthur, what's our mission today? Where are we going? Where are you going to take us?
Our mission today is going to be observing the shore ice. Basically, we're going to take you west of Barrow, then go up the coast. So you're going to see the line where there's permanent ice up against the shoreline, and there's ice that's drifting.
Changing temperatures have actually reduced the amount of sea ice near Utqiagvik. Sea ice is vital for Arctic cities because it helps reflect sunlight and also cools surrounding areas. But as the sea ice melts, the open water that gains territory soaks up the sun's rays and causes temperatures to continue rising. It's a vicious feedback cycle that's unfolding all over the Arctic, and it's putting locals, tourists, and researchers who rely on stable ice in jeopardy. A 2016 study published in Public Health suggested that Arctic search and rescue missions have more than doubled in the Canadian Arctic as temperatures have risen. Utqiagvik is in that same region. The search and rescue team that I'm joining today doesn't just protect Utqiagvik, a coastal town of 5,000 people. They provide support to the entire North Slope Borough of Alaska, which is nearly the size of the state of Oregon.
You guys have to cover such a vast area. What kind of rescue missions do you have to do out on the ice?
Out on the ice, we obviously have science, hunters, and a lot of people who come up here just to visit and see something you can't see anywhere else in the world. So for us, we need to be able to support that and provide everybody the safety that they require and what they deserve. We have two separate helicopters that we can potentially bring out onto the ice. One's a little bit heavier than the other. This one would be our heavier aircraft out of the two. Our lighter one, just yesterday, we supported the science community in dropping buoys that would then help the whaling research that they're doing right here in Barrow. If there's an issue and they need help, we will do everything in our power to help them out within the safety precautions and the limits of this aircraft.
What might happen that you would have to go out to rescue somebody on the ice? What situations have you had?
Whaling and boating is a huge portion of this community. So if there's things going on, if there's high density days where they're out on the water, we need to be on our top level in game and keep them in mind and keep in communication with them. Everybody knows what channel to get us on. We monitor multiple frequencies, sat phones, VHF, so that we can talk to whalers, boating crews, people are out on four-wheelers that are on the shore, because eventually somebody's going to get a whale. They're going to bring it on shore. And we need to be ready because there have been incidents in the past where we've had accidents that we've needed to go rescue and needed to help.
Do you worry about the safety of your crew and your aircraft? Because as the ice continues to thin, it's going to be unsafe in any given time to land out there.
Our main safety concern is the weight of the aircraft. As ice gets thinner, it's going to have less of a load that it can be able to maintain. So our limits for an aircraft might drop. We might not be able to bring the larger aircraft that has all the accessories and bells and whistles. We might have to drop to something that is a little less prepared. And we don't like being unprepared as a search and rescue crew.
Preparedness is key, as it appears the jobs of search and rescue operations in the Arctic will become more and more difficult as they also become more necessary due to thinning ice.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.